Little upset that Tank's coming at you like that, man, just because, you know, his beef with Floyd Mayweather is you're just kind of catching the bad end, the short stick of things. How do you you're young, man, what do you make of it? You know, just do you think it's fair? You think like it's cool or what?
I mean, hey, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, you know, it's whatever. I got my team, you know, me and Floyd. I know Floyd got my back, and
look like him. Do you think you look like Tank Davis?
Nah, I think we both just light skinned. They say I look like him. I don't think I look like him.
Curmel Moton and Gervonta Davis are back at it again. It's quite surprising how these two have so much in common, yet their differences is what keeps running the show today. Once Mayweather and Tank began quarreling some months ago, Tank Davis quickly turned his back against Mayweather's biggest prospect, and the result is the chaos we have today.
Showing it, I've been, you see me work in the gym, and I feel like that's why he says that. He see me spar, he see me train.
Their relationship has become so sour that you would never think Gervonta Davis was the boxing champion Curmel Moton sparred against some years back and was in high praises of. Clearly, Curmel Moton has chosen to be on Floyd Mayweather's side, and Gervonta Davis is surely not having that. Just recently, after Curmel Moton's first-round knockout win, Gervonta Davis saw his tweet, where he spoke about the honor of being on Mayweather's undercard being a dream come true. The Real Deal tweeted initially, "I just fought on the boxing undercard immediately after the fight." However, before the fight, he also wrote, "Went from idolizing and watching Floyd my whole childhood to now being the opening bout to the PPV portion of his undercard. So crazy." And when Tank was to respond to this, he tweeted, "You didn't go through it, you're just stealing my story." Well, that wasn't provocative enough. What finally unleashed the beast in The Real Deal was another tweet from Gervonta Davis, which he later deleted. This time, Gervonta Davis crossed over from the rising star and trolled his family members as well. He tweeted, "You freaking idiot! Tell your stupid parents to get you off that dumb man. He'd end you before you start."
I got a real strong team. I trust them, so you know, I'm gonna just do what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna get on these cards. And I'm gonna put on great performances.
I don't think anyone would blame Curmel Moton for responding to this. Well, he did respond and trolled Gervonta Davis in return. He accused him of choosing to fight washed fighters despite having better competition in front of him. He said, "You should focus on yourself and go get belts. Stop fighting bums. Fight the real champs." All of this came after Curmel Moton proved himself for the 5th time in his professional career, coming off with a 55-second knockout victory over Victor Vazquez.
Knockout.
In 18-year-old Curmel Moton, Floyd Mayweather may have found the next boxing sensation. After working with Moton for the past decade, Mayweather is helping to shape the young fighter's promising career from amateur to professional. His career is going from strength to strength, and on Saturday evening, he earned another knockout victory, this time coming in under 55 seconds against Victor Vazquez in Mexico, adding to his growing list of highlight reel moments. Floyd Mayweather first encountered Curmel Moton when the aspiring boxer was just a child.
After his first pro fight, clearly they're not going to move that quickly, but it's also clear that Moton is...
He walked into my gym at around 6, 7, maybe 8 years old, Mayweather recalls. He worked with his father and different trainers at the gym. I could see that he had a lot of potential. Over the years, Mayweather has played a crucial role in Moton's development, guiding him through each stage of his journey.
Yeah, the experience has been great. You know, I've got so much experience from Floyd. I feel like it just puts me ahead of the game.
Less than a year into his professional career, Curmel Moton has already made a significant impact in the boxing world. Currently holding a record of 5-0, Moton has shown his power and skill in the ring. A bright future ahead for Curmel Moton. With Floyd Mayweather's mentorship and Moton's undeniable talent, the young boxer's future looks incredibly bright. Mayweather expressed his pride in being part of Moton's journey. "I'm happy that I'm able to be a part of his life and take him to that next level," Mayweather concluded. As Moton continues to make waves in the professional boxing scene, fans and experts alike are eager to see how far this rising star will go.
Compared to the other fighters that are my age, you know, with same level of experience and stuff.
It is likely he will be used on increasingly popular match cards in the future, not least given Mayweather's involvement in the highly profitable YouTube boxing phenomenon. However, Gervonta-Davis ensured he hindered Curmel Moton from fighting on the Gervonta-Davis-Frank Martin undercard. The June 15th event at the MGM Grand Arena, co-headlined by David Benavidez and Alexander Gvozdik's lightweight Amazon clash, is the year's second PBC Prime feature. Moton incidentally fought his third professional bout on March 30th, the inaugural show under the newly established partnership between Al Heyman's promotions and the paid subscription giant. All of these came up after Curmel Moton shared a collage of pictures with his fans and followers featuring him and Floyd Mayweather Jr. training at the gym.
Yeah, definitely. That's a huge card, and I love to be a part of it. I love to be a part of all the big PBC cards.
Another shot showed the undefeated former world champion assisting Moton in putting on his gloves. Curmel Moton seemed clearly elated by the support and guidance he has been receiving from one of boxing's greatest. He wrote, "Best team in boxing." But soon, he received a response from Gervonta-Davis, as the World Boxing Association lightweight champion said, "Yo, idiot won't be on the June 15th card either." Typically, many would question why he would have said that. Well, it seemed Curmel Moton shared some information regarding his next fight. "Unfortunately, I will not be fighting next weekend on the 4th. I appreciate all of your support except me back in June. I promise to put on a show," said Moton. Evidently, Curmel Moton was hinting at featuring in the June 15th Gervonta-Davis-Frank Martin undercard. Sadly, the reasons for this not happening remain unclear, but the young prodigy's response to a user who insinuated whether Gervonta-Davis caused the exit resulted in a scathing response from the lightweight champion. "So why should it perturb Tank so much?" The general perception seems that it might have happened because of Moton's close proximity to mentor and guide Floyd Mayweather Jr. The lightweight champion and the money are currently engaged in a much-publicized online spat. "Gervonta-Davis firing back at Curmel Moton today," wrote Michael Benson. The screen grab shows a sequence of conversations. So responding to a tweet that displayed the entire card of the Gervonta-Davis and David Benavidez twin main event, a user commented, "Bro Tank really kicked out the Curmel Moton of the card?" Curmel Moton replied that he had another show in hand. B would share the details sometime later. Hence, he asked everyone to watch this space for more. But soon, a response from Gervonta-Davis appeared. "Next time, be a man of your own. Lil Clown Dumbhead guy, don't forget the reason why you are throwing up that ape stuff," said the Baltimorean. The message from Tank seems to have been deleted. The post from the user who checked whether Gervonta-Davis had booted out Curmel Moton had received a few responses. It might help those looking for hints. A user said, "Curmel, guys don't flow with Mayweather LMAO?" Another added, "Curmel also said that Tank should be focused on Frank instead of a 17-year-old himself." So basically, Curmel tried to jump in between Tank and Floyd back and forth and picked a side. Fans could go back to the later part of April this year. Curmel had shared a montage of photos through his X handle. It featured him training alongside Floyd Mayweather Jr. and their interactions. The young prodigy wrote, "Best team in boxing," but it soon received a response from Gervonta-Davis. He said, "Yo, head won't be on the June 15th card either." Earlier, Curmel Moton had trolled Gervonta-Davis by claiming he's fought the very best in his first 3 fights, giving all his first 3 opponents their very first defeat. Well, this can't be said of Tank Davis, who fought worse fighters in his early fights. As a result, Curmel Moton sure used that against Tank. He tweeted a picture of his records alongside the caption, "Your FAV fighter was fighting bums with multiple losses, first 3 fights, future GOAT, bookmark and roast me if I'm wrong, see ya in a few years." In his young career, Curmel Moton has fought Ezequiel Flores, Hunter Turbefil, and Anthony Cuba. While he won his first 2 matches by technical knockout, he saw his most recent match get decided by the scorecards, where he bagged a unanimous decision victory.
Keep going to that box. Oh yeah, he don't want to fight you. You better stop him.
But what's notable is that Ezequiel Flores, his first opponent, had 4 wins and 0 losses until Moton handed him his first loss. Also, Hunter Turbeyfill had 3 wins and 0 losses until Curmel Moton gave him his first loss. And his most recent opponent, who's the most experienced on the list, had 7 wins and a loss before Moton gave him another. But this can't be said of Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis made his debut at the age of 18 on February 22nd, 2013, against Daisy Williams, who had a professional record of 0 wins and 4 losses, all by stoppage.
It is. Who's is exchanging with him? He's throwing everything with intentional. Oh, big left uppercut.
Just like how way back in 2015, they took up a young Gervonta Davis's responsibility, nurturing him and taking him to world championship level, Team Mayweather took up the cause of another bright prodigy. And it's sad how the relationship between Gervonta Davis and Curmel Moton has become, as Curmel Moton has always admired and modeled after Gervonta Davis, once according him the respect of watching out for him in his early days. A while ago, a user posted, 9-year-old Curmel Moton sparring with 10-year-old Robert Mayweather back in 2015, with Floyd Mayweather in the other ring shadowboxing.
Mo Curmel, especially when they beefing. Well, the answer is simple. Curmel Moton has...
This caption set the stage, suggesting the legendary Floyd Mayweather's presence as a witness to the young talent's early endeavors. However, Curmel Moton, whose professional record now boasts 3 fights and 2 knockout victories, swiftly entered the fray to correct this narrative. Demonstrating his attentiveness to details, both in and out of the ring, Moton tweeted in response, "That's Tank, not Floyd." This concise yet impactful correction shifted the focus from Mayweather to Gervonta Davis, another prominent figure in the boxing world and a key figure in Mayweather's training camp. Curmel once also sparred Davis and spoke very highly of their sparring session. In a revealing recollection, Curmel Moton reflected on a defining sparring session with Gervonta Davis, a memory that stands out in his early boxing journey. "I was nervous at first," Moton admitted, recalling the anticipation of facing Davis at just 15 years old. However, the encounter unfolded as a harmonious dance of agility rather than brute force. "But we was going like he was using the speed on me, like we was both going speed for speed," Moton described the session.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it. What was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Contrary to expectations, Davis didn't unleash his full power. "He wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that," Moton shared, likening the experience to a chess match, a strategic and intellectual exchange that proved to be both fun and profoundly instructive for the young boxer. Curmel Moton was barely 8 when he entered the Mayweather gym. Over the years, under their tutelage, the Salt Lake City-born boxer sharpened his skills, which eventually saw him make an impressive amateur resume. Last year, September 30th was a watershed moment in his life as the world watched him fight as a professional. Curmel Moton exhibited class skill and a strong chin when he locked horns with Anthony Cuba in a clash of undefeated hot prospects at Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora undercard. Despite fighting against a tough opponent, he sailed through, captivating fans with his slick style, and has attracted the praises of many of them. Moton, age 17, faced an older opponent in Cuba, who was 21 years old, but outpointed him, ensuring he left the T-Mobile Arena on March 31st with his record intact. All judges' scorecards read 80, 72 in favor of Moton, and he improved his record to 3-0.
2 young prospects putting it all on the line. Curmel, Big Deal Moton.
The Los Angeles native showed maturity beyond his age. This was the first time Moton had fought for 8 rounds, but he looked sharp and physically fit to fight over 8 rounds. Moreover, he didn't hesitate to bring the fight to Cuba, and also didn't shy away from exchanging blows. He had been the aggressor since the first bell, and maintained a high pace throughout the 8 rounds. In addition, Moton showed a strong chin as he ate 2 right from Cuba in round 7. However, he seemed unfazed, kept moving forward, and unloaded punches. Moton's left, combinations, and counterpunches did substantial damage and bagged him a unanimous win. Such an outing prompted fans to draw parallels with another boxer who has gained fame with his skills and heavy hitting. Still only age 17, Moton is ranked No. 1 in Team USA with an astonishing 18 amateur titles to his name, and that's probably more than anyone else. Davis was equally great, and he did excel under Floyd Mayweather's tutelage until things got bad.
Tell Floyd to get on live. Tell him show where he at. You owe them people over in Dubai that money.
Recently, Mayweather critiqued modern fighters' preoccupation with superficial aspects of fame and wealth, which Gervonta Tank Davis perceived as a veiled attack directed at him. Floyd Mayweather called them out for not taking the craft seriously and instead focusing on their appearance in the ring. Pretty boy Floyd then used his career as a point of comparison. The athlete argued that they're only looking at the finished product of who he is as an inspiration, not the work he put in to get there. In retaliation, Davis lambasted Mayweather on social media, alleging financial improprieties and labeling him a hater. Guy says all this trash, but he's in Dubai and can't leave because he's been taking people's money and not doing what they paid him to do. Guy's a freaking hater, Davis posted.
With me already having... I just want to rap.
Floyd then shot back on Friday, April 26th, the very next day after his initial. The acclaimed boxer posted several videos alleging that the boxer had a little sugar in his tank. The videos found Gervonta dancing on TikTok and Instagram to Lil Uzi Vert's I Just Wanna Rock and Drake's Thank Me Now. However, it became messier on the next day when Davis issued a threat to physically confront his former mentor, indicating a desire to knock Floyd Mayweather out upon their next encounter. Floyd Mayweather mocked Gervonta Davis with a video where he was making unconventional dance moves. This contention stems from Davis's frustrations, notably referencing a prior jail sentence he faced due to a hit-and-run incident in 2020. Things actually took a turn for the worse after Davis threatened to knock out his former mentor. "Now I go around and knock Floyd out when I see him, and I'll care about going back to jail," Davis wrote on X, in reference to the 90-day jail sentence he received after violating the terms of his home detention for a hit-and-run crash in November 2020. He's such a fool. He doesn't allow his security to carry guns. With that said, even Leonard Ellerbe looked likely to have left because of the feud between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. But one can't help wondering whether it played a key part in his departure. Also, Jeff Mayweather spoke about an internal crisis that could possibly have incited the split between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Leonard Ellerbe. He claimed many young fighters in Mayweather promotions are complaining that they aren't fighting, as Leonard Ellerbe spends more time with PBC, neglecting his primary assignment.
But to be honest, I'm not really surprised.
I mean, do you think Richard Schaefer would take on this role if he didn't really play?
I'm starting to hear a lot of young fighters say they don't fight, and who is to blame for this? I have no idea, Jeff Mayweather said with worried eyes. So basically, if you can't get work, you have to do something. However, Jeff Mayweather felt that linking up with Richard Schaefer was indeed a good move. Though many fighters may not be having fights, that's not the case with Curmel Moton, who moved his career up to 4 wins in all 4 fights with 3 knockouts. Though a baby-faced assassin at just 18 years old, Curmel Moton continues to beat up fully grown men under the watchful eye of his mentor, the former 5-weight world boxing champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. Moton's debut last year was the most anticipated of 2023, as he's been the talk of fight clubs in Las Vegas for years and continues to rack up wins in impressive fashion, including his one Saturday, which he scored against Nikolai Buzolin at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California.
It's just night. I don't want to steal the shine. So he basically said, "What
Moton had advantages in both speed and power and put them to use early in the fight as he dropped Buzolin in the first before stopping him in the second. Moton advanced his pro boxing record to 4-0 with the win and said after the fight that he's long been aware his super featherweight rivals have a target on his back because of his relationship with Mayweather. In a statement sent to GA News Source, Moton said, "I know there's all eyes on me with Floyd behind my back. It puts a target on me. I've felt pressure my whole life, so this is nothing for me. I'm used to it. I know that I just have to show up and do what I do." Moton competed on the main card of the Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal event broadcast on Fanmio PPV and UFC Fight Pass. It was one of the biggest platforms he's been put on so far. It felt great to be in there with a huge crowd like this tonight, he said. The atmosphere really pushed me to be my best. I put in a lot of work at the gym, and I knew it was going to pay off. Moton finished, I'm going to get back in the gym and keep working hard so I can put on another great performance.
Where's Rafi?
Rock, let me get him. Rock.
Yeah. How good did he look today?
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
If Moton keeps putting people away like that as he continues to level up in terms of opposition, then he may well be the next big thing in boxing. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.